Hello, welcome to the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show. I'm your host, Leslie Parker. Thank you for coming back to the broadcast tonight. Last week, unfortunately, I had to cancel the broadcast abruptly because my mom was in a terrible car accident. But to God be the glory. He put a hedge of protection around her. I'm sure some of the friends that I'm already connected with did see some of the pictures. And I just wasn't prepared. But, it wasn't meant for me to do the broadcast last week because God had something special planned for me. And you're going to see it tonight with the guest that I have in mind. I'm just thrilled and excited about bringing you this broadcast because we all have been stuck. We have been, I guess you could say, in a cabin. We have some kind of cabin fever, or we haven't had any other place to go but to our local places. If you're from Maryland, it's only so many places that you can go and do things here, and any other states. You get tired of seeing the same old thing. So God put on my heart to discuss how we can safely travel even during the pandemic. And I'm going to talk to you about some of those places. Rather, it's going to be my guest. We'll talk about some of the places where she recommends that we can go during this pandemic. So I will bring her on briefly, but I'm going to just tell you just basic things that what to do. So if you're trying to travel locally, just make sure whether you're going by car that you wear your mask, carry your hand sanitizer, and just reach out to the place where you're going to stay ahead of time to make sure the facility is going to be properly sanitized. But I'm excited about traveling. I don't know about you. My birthday will be, I won't tell you what my age, maybe 25. It'll be coming up in August, and I look forward to having a great time. So without further ado, I want to bring my guest on. I met this young lady actually today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the story, but let me bring her in. And her name, she's with Royalty Travel Agency, and her name is Naila Queen. Just one second.
Hi.
Hi. Did I say your name correctly? I was working on it all day long.
Yes, woo! You did.
I did it. I was like, God, please let me say her name correctly. It's a beautiful name. And I want my guests to know exactly pretty much how we met. I reached out to Naila earlier today. I had another guest to come on, but unfortunately, things just happened and they weren't able to make it. And I wanted to make this broadcast special for my viewers. So when I reached out I went through a list of places that I wanted to call. And the first person I called, they had a 5-star behind their name. And I guess God said, no, that's not the one. You got to keep going because there's somebody else I want you to connect with. And yes, I connected with Naila with Royalty Escapes Travel Agency. And I'm so glad I did. Naila, can you tell them that when I first reached out to you, what was your thought? What were you thinking at that time?
Well, I was thinking, this is random.
Yes.
Well, this is random, but I love it. I'm always on board to talk about travel. That's my passion. I live and I breathe it. So if I had a sister reaching out to me and saying, hey, this is what's going on, I want to try to make this work, I'm on board.
Well, I appreciate you being on board because not too many people would have said that. She probably would have said, look, is this a prank call or what? Why is she calling me at the 12th hour? And I at the point, my hands were tied, didn't know what else to do. But you know what? Always say God has a ram in the bush. So you're that ram in the bush for me. So
yeah.
But I wanted to, at least I was talking to early part of the broadcast of how our viewers out there, even myself, we've had cabin fever for a long time. We're going on 2022 now. This pandemic started in March. So I'm just not sure what it was like for your industry. I'm sure you had a lot of people that had trips booked and whatnot. So what was going on in your world?
Oh, when the pandemic hit, it hit hard. Just because everything shut down. I had actually just came back from Jamaica. They had their first COVID case while I was there, touring a couple new resorts. And when everything shut down with travel, everyone panicked, and rightfully so, because this is something that no one has ever experienced before. So it was just with my agency canceling these bookings and getting refunds, or trying to reschedule the ones who said, okay, let me do it a little further out, because we're thinking it's not going to last long. That's what we thought. It's not going to last long. Some people wanted to reschedule for a later date, and just kind of dealing with that, just the stress of all of these cancellations. I have hundreds of clients. So it was, time sensitive with everything. And, I like to make all my clients feel like they're my only client. So everyone expected that same thing, like right now, right now, right now, right now. So I was trying to do it for everybody and keep everyone happy. That since this was new, with a lot of things that changed daily and multiple times throughout the day with the different suppliers regarding refunds and everything. All
I'm going to ask you about the refunds,
Yeah, all the rules changed. Some handle things well. Some suppliers that I no longer use did not handle things well. Because this is, again, it was something that, no one anticipated. When it came down to the travel insurance, we had a lot of insurance companies that I don't feel like they did it right. It's that small clause that's at the end that says, pandemics and epidemics that you never think would happen. So it's like, I don't care. That's not going to happen. And then it happens, and you see how many people are stuck and out of money with certain things. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But I will say I'm totally blessed because we are in year 2021 and we have survived the pandemic. They did a stats with over 80% of travel agencies across the country closed down. We are still standing and strong and thriving. So I'm totally blessed. I'm thankful for it.
Well, you know what? After hearing your story earlier, when we talked briefly, before you came on the broadcast, I mean, just hearing how you handle your customers, that really impressed me. I mean, you treat your customers, like you said, as if they're the only customer. And I told you a little bit about my background by me being a real estate agent as well. I try not to take on too many, but I take on as many as I can. But I try to at least give them the best service. I don't treat them any differently. And I believe you do the same thing with your clients.
Yes.
And that means a lot, especially during travel. People are putting their, they're putting their hope, and they're trusting you with putting their travel package together. Yes. And I have to say that my viewers, this lady right here, I've been through travel agencies before, but I have never encountered someone who actually has real systems in place, just in case of anything, in case of emergencies, or in case of if there's an issue with, trying to connect and be at the right resort where they need to be at. This young lady is really tremendous. So I know there were just a few things I wanted to talk to you about first. Since we are in COVID, can you make some suggestions of places? Because I want to know, for my birth anyway, where could our viewers go without too many hang-ups or hassles right now during this period?
My go-to with the clients that come in is Mexico. The reason why I say that is because they don't have the COVID requirements that other countries are having. They are not requiring you to test in order to come to Mexico. Now, of course, we have to test going back, which pretty much all the resorts are doing testing at the resorts. So it's really convenient. But Mexico is that place that you do not have to test to go, like DR or Jamaica or anything, all the other places outside of the U.S. So I always say Mexico, you get more bang for your buck. It's more affordable. They have a whole lot more activities. And you have different areas in Mexico. You have Cancun, you have Tulum, you have Riviera Maya, you have Cozumel. Like you have so many different areas that you can choose from, and resorts in each area as well. So I always say the go-to right now is going to be Mexico.
Okay, wonderful. And as you mentioned, that was my question about the cost efficiency. So compared to Jamaica and DR, they're a lot less than Mexico. I mean, they're a lot. Yeah, I mean, they're a lot more. I'm sorry, than Mexico.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's more expensive. And when you talk about full packages, you're looking at air and stuff as well, too. So that's what you factor in when you think of a whole entire package. And then again, you have more options with different resorts in Mexico, more options than you would have in DR and have in Jamaica as well too.
Okay. And since we're still, I'm going to stay on Mexico first. So the resorts, what are your suggested resorts in Mexico?
Well, I have a few. My main brand is the Blue Diamond brand, and that's Royalton Cheek. That's the Planet Hollywood that just opened. It's the Royalton adult side, Hideaway, and the family side, the Royalton. Their service is impeccable. Their food is excellent. The activities are amazing. The rooms are gorgeous. So it's like you just have all around wonderful experience with them. I do love that brand. Also love the Secrets brand. So we have AM brand that has secrets. You have so those are my go-tos when I do send clients places. And I haven't had a complaint yet. I haven't had a complaint. I go there myself multiple times a year. I go to see the updates and tour the different ones once they open. So that is those are my go-tos with resorts.
So would you say that is that Mexico, how are they handling COVID and keeping their visitors and their tourists safe during this time of COVID?
What I will say is when you go there and you come home, you realize how much we are not doing back home.
Really?
Get there before you even go through the threshold of the doors. They have mats where it has sanitizing solution on it to sanitize the bottom of your shoes. They spray down your luggage to sanitize it before you go up to the room. The rooms are cleaned and sanitized, and there's tape on the door that you and only you can break before entering. The same thing with the mini fridge. It's tapes on the door that you are the only one that can break it before it's open. So they go through different precautions. Before you go to the restaurants, you have to get your temperature taken, and you have hand sanitizer there. Once you come in, they take your temperature, and it's hand sanitizer. It's hand sanitizer everywhere. It's in your rooms. They give you hand sanitizer and face masks. The staff all keep their face mask on. You don't see it coming down, pulled. They don't do any of that. That thing stays on their face.
Okay.
Have hand sanitizing stations where you can just put your hands in like this, and it's like water and a sanitizing solution spins around your hands. You don't have to touch anything, and it stops, and then you pull it out, and they'll have like the paper towel holders that you don't have to touch, and you take it and then you keep it going. It's really that extra level of protection that they have there, and it just makes you very aware that we are not doing a lot here. And I understand why our numbers are the way that they are, and why they want to make sure that they're protecting them when we go over there.
It sounds like, let me tell you, it sounds like Mexico has it together. They're offering some state of the art ways of protecting us, against COVID. I'm just glad that, there are a lot of people now starting to get vaccinated, getting the vaccine. I was kind of apprehensive about it, but I went on and did it. I'm like, if you don't, what is the risk? And if you do, what's the risk? So I just said, what, I trust God. And I do believe that, we all should, at some point, we need to help each other get through this pandemic. I believe that we're coming, I won't say necessarily the tail end of it, but it's been a huge shift at least. So I'm grateful that, first of all, businesses like yours is still hanging in there. I know a lot of business owners have really had a hard time just staying in business and keeping their head up and keep going, because obviously you have a gift. As I mentioned to my viewers before, I've talked to many travel agencies and travel agents, but none like Naila. She really has a passion to make sure that everyone enjoys their trip and that they're safe. And I know you mentioned to me, and I want to just talk about that so people know that what other things that you do, as far as just tell us a little bit about your agency. What makes your agency so different than others? What things that you offer?
I think that the personalization that me and my agents display with the packages that we create for our clients, not just that, but the education aspect of it, and actually knowing where to place the clients and actually traveling ourselves. I think that's a big thing. We have a lot of agents who don't travel. So I feel like, how can you sell travel if you don't travel yourself?
Absolutely.
So it's important that you travel and you meet the people at the resorts, you meet the managers there, develop those relationships. And they're very important because that could be a phone call where, something goes wrong. I got it. I'll take care of it. I'll call over and talk to, Jose, and let him know that I have a client coming. They're celebrating a birthday. And when they get there, they have the banners and everything. And they're doing a little extra something for these clients. That's the relationship that I like to build with the different resorts so I can do those things for my clients.
Okay. And can you also share with our viewers just a couple of the stories that you told me where I know we had that bad hurricane and just pretty much where you were able to do for your clients, the weather, Mother Nature, sometimes it's unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. So can you share with our viewers about the story about your client that was stuck?
When Irma hit. Yep. When Hurricane Irma hit, and she was at the resort. I talked with the resort because she didn't want to cancel the trip because they didn't have travel insurance that I offered. They decided not to do it. And a lot of times we have clients that because they don't get it, they don't want to feel like they're losing any of their money. So they went ahead and traveled. They didn't think it was going to be really major. We're from, Maryland. We don't really see much of that stuff here. So, we kind of tend to underestimate the extent of how it can be. So I contacted the resorts just to see what was in place in case it did get bad. They told me where they would have everyone move, how the food was going to be distributed, if they had to stay in their rooms. So they went through everything. So I was able to contact them and say, hey, this is a plan in case anything happens. This is what's going to transpire at that resort. So I let them know. Then it hit, Irma hit, and she hit hard, and they went off the grid. I think it's so very important, and this is why you have a travel agent, and this is why a good travel agent is important. But we have resources, we have circles where we have a network because, you need your circle. You need your circle of other agents because everyone's learning and things change so much. We pulled together resources where we were able to do a task force alert. The Coast Guard got them. This happened on Wednesday. They were back home in Baltimore on Saturday. We got them the last flight on Air Canada. They boated them over to Guatemala. Then from there, they stayed overnight. We got them in the next flight in the morning to Air Canada, and then back to BWI when the whole island was still shut down. So that's the importance of having an agent that knows what they're doing. So I tell people, I don't care who you go with, but make sure you go with someone who knows what they're doing, period. Absolutely. That's in any business, because your money and your time and your life, is valuable. So make sure you make a wise investment when you do travel and get a good agent.
Because I'm going to tell you, there have been times where I book flights or, book trips myself. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to cut out the middleman. I'm going to go ahead and do this myself. But not being able to have, I call it, to me, it's almost like having a team. You know what I mean? When you hire a travel agency, you just look at it, oh, they're going to make a commission on that. Well, we all have to make a living. But knowing that you have your clients back and that you're there, you mentioned to me 24/7 that you're available.
Yes.
Things like that, customer service is very important to me. I don't know about anyone else, but I think it's important knowing along with it's not just about the dollar, but it's about the service. It's about the quality of service and everything goes along with it. Yes. So just curious, just how long have you been doing the travel business?
We just celebrated our 6-year anniversary on the 6th of April.
Girl, sound like you've been in business for 20 years.
A lot of people say that. I did do it before we actually went into business for like my friends and for us, but business, we've been in business for 6 years, but I love it. I love it.
That is great. Now, are there any places because I'm not familiar, I'm from Maryland, but I don't know any local places here to go to. Now, I've heard people say Deep Creek, Deep Lake? I don't know. Mm-hmm. What would you recommend, places to go here that might be exciting?
Well, we just did Deep Creek, a getaway for a bunch of my friends not too long ago. We were there in November.
Okay.
And we really, really enjoyed ourselves. I talk about having staycations. One of my fave places is the Sycamore. It's right downtown. A lot of people don't think about it when they think of a staycation. It's beautiful. It's right on the water. And it's even more beautiful if it's like wintertime and it's snowing. That's when I took my husband.
Okay.
You have, things, you got the MGM Grand, you have like, you have so many different hotels around here. I'm really big with, I want to say Aquaba. It's a bed and breakfast. It's Black owned and operated. They have one in Philly. They have in New York. They also have one in DuPont Circle in DC. So if you're looking at something that's really, really, really nice, like they have the Langston Hughes room, it's like it has culture with it. And it's something that's not far. You can jump in a car and go to without spending a whole lot of money, but you get that bed and breakfast experience. And you have so much culture that's mixed in with it. So that's a good place that you might want to look at.
Okay, thank you. I'm still learning, about the travel industry. It's been so long, since I traveled. My last big trip was overseas, and I'm glad I had a chance to do it. I went to Europe. I got a chance to go to Germany, Amsterdam, Brussels, and Spain. Yeah, Barcelona, Spain. Yeah, so it was really good. Oh my God, can't wait till we get back to being able to go, overseas.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people with that in mind, when you're traveling outside of the country, there are some places that require passports. So I want to talk to you about, I guess, what are the passport requirements now? And I guess, how long does it take to get a passport? Because I know mine's is expired. It expired 2019. So do I have to go through, I guess, do I have to start all over again?
You just have to get a renewal.
Oh,
time frame to get a renewal.
Okay. All right. And how long does it take to get a passport for people that's just starting out?
Before it was 4 to 6 weeks. Now we're looking at 8 to 10 weeks. So I tell people to get it expedited. You can just make a simple appointment at your local post office. Some libraries were also doing it as well before the pandemic hit. So I don't know if they have exactly resumed, but I always just say go straight to the post office, make an appointment. They can take your picture there.
Okay.
Or you can go to Walgreens or CVS and get your photo taken there. Give them all the information. You do the paperwork. Pay them the money and get it expedited so you can get it back sooner rather than later. Because when they shut down before, they were backlogged by millions, and it took a lot because, you make your plans and you can't determine when you're going to get it because they're working on people in front of you. So I just say, go make your appointment sooner rather than later, like yesterday, and get it expedited.
Yes, I'm procrastinating when it comes to that because we, working and doing so many different things, but I do want to get my passport. It talks about, because I know you mentioned a lot of places now are going to require people to be vaccinated, right? Before they enter.
They're going to be requiring to be vaccinated. Expect that the cruise lines are going to require it, and they're going to require testing as you board those ships. So that's what the buzz has been. It's been coming out. I just tell people prepare for it. And I think that everyone pretty much will follow suit. I think it's going to be a requirement across the board to travel. And it's not a bad requirement, I guess, if they're talking of safety and making sure everyone stays safe. But expect that vaccination is going to be needed to travel everywhere.
Now, I typically during this time, I want to let my viewers know that I'm going to bring the comments out because I get some comments throughout sometimes. And also I want you to talk about your the new business that you're launching regarding your travel business, okay? Travel accessories and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and I like to, sometimes I have some little funny pictures up here. People be showing their little comments. So let me see. So somebody here said they're ready to get away.
Yes.
Haywood, I tell you, Naila is a person to reach out to. Marsha Haywood is my cousin, and we had our family reunion planned for last year, but when COVID hit, we weren't able to do it. So maybe Marsha and Naila can help us with planning that, because we don't have a clue. We need some help.
Well, I got you.
Okay, great. And then let me see, Marsha. She's going on a girls' trip to the Airbnb. She's going to Ocean City in June. Excellent. Okay. Very good. All right, we have someone. This is another viewer, Donna Trowers. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Donna. she said people are tired of being confined, yep, and ready to travel.
Yes.
You're right. We are looking forward to
Yes.
traveling. I couldn't wait when springtime came. I was like, you know what? This is spring. It is time to take off those the winter boots, your what do you call those things? The not the leg warmers, you know what I'm talking about? Your thermals, yeah.
Oh,
All that off, yeah. And just take in some of the sunshine, get that vitamin D. So I'm with you. Donna Charles, she's from Boston. So I got people from all over tuning into the Lunch and Chat with Leslie show. And Donna is my relative, so she's always very supportive. Thank you, Donna. And let's see, we have another person here. She want to go to what she has here. Oh, she said, oh, look, they speak to one another. Hello. You guys better get that on the phone. You call each other. I'm just joking. So she says, get ready, move forth and explore, take precaution and be safe and enjoy and have fun. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And oh, wow. So I have another sweet person. She said, how do we connect to you? So Lady CJ, she is my niece. Lady CJ, I'm going to make sure that I put her phone number because I think I got your website in there. Do you want me to put your phone number on there as well?
You could do that as well.
Yeah. So I will make sure that she has her phone number to connect with, so you can connect with her. She's available, like she said, 24/7, but don't call her no 1 o'clock in the morning.
24/7 for clients traveling. I gotta get some sleep.
Okay, we won't do that for you there. So, okay, so I'm gonna get let me hide this. I'm gonna update your information here while I'm here. Okay, so I'm gonna put your phone number right here. Mm-hmm. Oh wow, well, it helps if I edit it first. So we're gonna put the phone number here. And let me know I have it right here. So it's 443, right?
The 410.
Well, this is the 410 number.
Mm-hmm. 433.
433.
3010.
3010.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's the best number that you can reach her. Let's see. All right. Let me update this.
And online on the website, which is www.royaltyescape.com, there's a online travel inquiry form that I asked everybody to fill out because it captures everything I need from you. I need your travel dates, if it's going to be kids, the ages of the kids. And once I get that, it's very, very simple. You fill that out. I get it. I put together a couple different options for you. I send it back to you. You let me know which one you select. You put your deposit down. Boom, you're booked. So we have, it's as easy peasy. It's like 1, 2, 3. It really is. We offer financing. So if people want to, do a little bit more and they might not have it completely, we do the financing as well. Monthly payment plans are available as well. We're very, very flexible.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Someone said they couldn't hear, but everybody else said they could hear. So Marsha said she couldn't hear me. Maybe so go. Okay. Let me see. I don't know why she can't hear you. All right. Can you repeat that again? She said she couldn't hear it. About the travel form.
Oh, the travel form. So you will go online and you go to www.royaltyescapes.com and you will complete the travel inquiry form under the forms. Once you finish completing the form, because it has, everything that I need from you in order to put a package together for you, I will create a couple different options for you, send it over to you, and then you select which one you like. You'll be able to look at the resorts, the amenities, and the rooms and everything like that. You send it back to me. There's a payment link. You fill out the link to do your deposit, or if it's soon, you pay in full, and then it's booked. It's really, really easy. We have financing. We do have flexible payment plans. So we make it happen. We make it happen.
Okay, good. I do have someone here. They had a question. She has in here. Wanted to know Airbnb versus hotels. Like if you're not going, to the Caribbeans, if you're going, or even going to the Caribbeans, what do you recommend?
I don't do Airbnbs for my clients only because I can't control it. I can't control what the owners decide to do. And we've had stories where, you get there and they're like, no, they aren't going to let you in. We have some owners that are very aggressive, that feel like they can come in whenever you come in. They want to change the rules. So those are things that I can't control. So I don't send anyone anywhere that I can't assist if I need to assist them.
Okay.
When you have hotels that change, so they have to answer to a different standard as an individual, just like a private landlord compared to, a hotel chain. A private landlord can do whatever they want to do. But with a hotel chain, you have certain, standards that they're supposed to adhere to. You have contacts that you can contact if it's something wrong. And accountability is different. So I do hotels just because I know the standards are going to be there. I'm familiar with them. I have the relationships with them. So that's my preference.
And you have really concrete policies, in place. So that's good. I understand. Now, if you don't mind, would you mind going over your travel accessory business and clothing line with viewers? Because it blew me away when you was telling me the concept. So go right ahead and tell them what first you have to pronounce the name of your business.
So our travel clothing and accessory line is Reliza Styles. Reliza means royalty in Spanish. So all the businesses have royalty in it. That's just our thing. And we try to adhere to those same standards with all the businesses. So we have different travel clothing and accessories. A lot of theme shirts. There's a lot of different theme shirts. And that website is www.reliza, REALEZA, styles, STYLES.com. And we also have just come out with a travel box subscription. The travel box subscription is a quarterly travel box that is specific for a destination that we select. It'll be a surprise each time. Inside the box, you will have 5 to 7 different items. It'll be a theme in the box of what the items, how they all flow with that different destination. We'll also have a digital magazine that will include that you didn't know about the destination, top 10 tourist areas. It will be recipes in the digital magazine, a bunch of different information in that magazine that fits with that travel box. So that it's like a vacation in a box. You get it and you're opening it up. Once you open, that's when you'll figure out where you're going to travel to that day and be able to explore it and really immerse yourself and feel like you're in the culture, and do it from the comfort of your own home. So we have that subscription service that we started, and we realized it's a need because some people are not still comfortable traveling. And I'd have to understand that. And this also is for people who do travel. It's like you still get another extra vacation coming every quarter.
Okay.
So we have the option for the quarterly subscription. Not only does it include the travel box, but it includes discounts for our Reliza Styles, discounts for our newer business venture, Regally Insane, which will have a travel line of body wellness products to help you stay safe and healthy while traveling. And then it also gives you your very own concierge, personalized travel agent. So they are your dedicated person that you can contact in regards to travel. They put your packages together for you with you in mind. They get to know you, and that's your go-to. You have a VIP concierge that does your travel for you. Like, you can't get any better than that. If it's something travel, you can call and say, hey, Naila, or hey, Nikki, or hey, Miss Linda, or hey, Trinae. And this is what I like. We know what you like. We'll put it together. So it saves on a lot of expenses that you would have in headaches of trying to figure out the stuff yourself. So you just get that all bundled into a subscription package, and that's what we offer.
Very, very nice. So they can see it. Look, I put it in the chat. You said it was www.relizastyles.com, right?
Yes.
And they can go in there and see some of your travel things. Remember, she's okay. Naila sent me some pictures of her, and I think, is it some of the things that you have?
Yes.
Okay. Near some of the so it'll cut off your face, but I could still upload some of those pictures. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna find this.
One of the shirts is one of the best sellers.
So Okay, let me see if I could show at least some of the shirts there. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I got this one. Because it cut your face off and I was really mad. I was trying to fix it. Okay. I can still show the pictures of your clothing line here. One, two, it was three. Was it three of them? Yeah, it was three. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show them. Probably have to look. I hate to do this to you. Probably got to remove us from the broadcast for a second. All right, and I'll show them everything. So hold up, everyone. Okay. I was trying to get your picture together, but I couldn't crop it for some reason. But
That's okay.
once they go on the website,
Mhm.
once our viewers go on the website, they'll be able to see
Yes.
truly see what it looks like. But so far, I mean, I think you've done a phenomenal job explaining not only your service regarding being a travel agent, which I feel like honestly, if I were to select this, it's just like selecting a good provider or a good doctor or a good realtor, whatever to go to. I will check and make sure those, those that person has good reviews and great customer service. And I already checked you out before I called you anyway. I said she has a 5-star rating. So you hear that, viewers? 5 stars. So no one's perfect. Even I say this for myself. I've been in customer service all my life. Even sometimes, I mess up on the show, but we're not perfect. But the main thing is that your heart is into it and you try your best to give and deliver to people what they want. And I'm just so grateful and pleased to have had you come on the show. You could have said no, but in your heart of heart, you said, hey, this is no, why not? Why not? What could, if you had the time, why not?
Right.
And, you've educated a lot of my viewers. You've educated me, and I really appreciate that. I look forward to really going over because you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned too about your product line. You said about your wellness and some other things. I'm going to talk to her about having some of those items put into my boutique, because I'm going to do a revamping of the boutique where I'm just going to have just different product lines in there. And we'll talk about it, offline a little bit more. But you see what God does. God works in mysterious ways. And I just want to thank my viewers. I mentioned to them that normally I don't keep them any more than like 40, 45 minutes. But I'm going to talk a little bit more, even though they want me to shut off, and I'm going to say some more stuff. But I thank everyone for coming on and for always supporting the broadcast and for meeting phenomenal women like Naila. I'm just so grateful and thankful for her. And I'm thankful for everyone that's a part of this broadcast. So I just want to say, viewers, I'll see you next week. We may have another surprise. We might continue it for another travel section, because there's so much more, I guess, so much more information you can share about travel. Because I've written down some other things here that I want to talk to you about. So I might do a part 2. So if you're interested in coming back on, whether it be next week or week after next,
Sure.
be interested. Great. Okay. Well, you stay right there, Naila. I'm just going to tell everybody I love them. And I will see you soon, everyone. I'll see you next week. Oh, somebody else. One more thing. Let's see. I think we got one more thing. Oh, look, this is my daughter. She said, I love that name. I will definitely check it out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, that is beautiful. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, let me